What's up, everyone? Since today is Valentine's Day, I thought I would share something with you that I've been doing for myself for almost 8 months now. I think it's almost 8 months. And what that is an idea I came up with to sort of start changing how I handle myself mentally. And what that means, because that's kind of a cryptic way to say it, but I'm someone that has struggled with depression for pretty much my entire life. I was diagnosed with dysthymia probably about 15-ish years ago. And if you don't know what dysthymia is, look it up. Basically, your normal mental level, and I always ride here in more of the depression negative level. So it takes more effort for me to go up to a positive than it is to be sort of crapping on myself. But that being said, it is something I've always struggled with. I've always mentally beat myself up over every little thing. Something can happen and it'll just completely flip my day around. I probably have some senses of bipolar in me as well, which I've had a couple people tell me that, so it's got to be somewhere in the neighborhood. And being that I can't afford insurance, I can't really go get any type of professional help for it because I just can't afford it. So I had to come up with some kind of an idea because I got tired of beating up myself just repeatedly again and again and again. It got to the point to where I can't do it anymore. It's not fair to me, and I've been doing it for quite a long time. That I've got to the point where I'm done. I'm not doing it anymore, and I have to figure out something. I have to figure out some way for me to change how I react to myself, how I think, how I feel, how I speak, and I had to change. You know, they say that whole thing of fake it till you make it. There was a TED talk that said fake it till you become it. I don't like the idea of faking it because faking it just implies that you're lying to yourself, that you are being dishonest with yourself, and eventually getting to the point to where you become something different in a transitionary period to be something else. And I don't think that that's a positive way to go about doing it. So I had an idea last June of 2020, and this was just a crazy idea that just popped into my head. And for me, I needed it to be something physical. I had to be able to see it. I had to be able to actually have some type of interaction with it. And that's where I came up with this idea of the fishbowl. Now, granted, I didn't want something this damn big, but that's just kind of how it went. Um, This isn't my actual one. My actual one is packed up in my storage shed because I had anticipated that I would only be back here for about a month or so, and figured I'd just keep tabs on all the stuff that I had done and just add the stones as I went. But it's a it's a real easy process. You can do any type of fishbowl, but the number one thing you have to do about this is it has to be clear. You can't get an opaque one or a colored one or one with a design, or if you want to draw a design on it, that's fine. But it needs to be translucent, because if it's translucent, you can keep tabs on it at all times, not just looking through the top of it. And what the idea is you have a bag of stones, black and white stones. And the idea is anytime you do something positive towards yourself, anytime you do something to where you have, normally you would go, oh, I can't believe I did this. I'm just so stupid. You don't do that, throw in a white stone. Anytime that you do something that you want to try and change physically, like if you're wanting to exercise a little bit more, there's a post on Reddit. If you Google no non-zero days, and I think if you put Reddit after that, it'll take you to this post. And this is one of the more cool things that I had ever come across in all my years of playing around on Reddit. But it also is kind of a little bit of the foundation of this exact premise. But the thing is that you're going to physically manifest what you did well and what you did wrong and put them in the fishbowl. You worked out for the first time, even if it's just, I'm gonna do one push-up. Okay, you did one push-up. That's awesome. Tomorrow, when you do another push-up, then throw in a stone because you did it 2 days in a row. Even if like I said, even if it's just one push-up, it doesn't matter. It matters that you had a consistency on it. Do it 3 days in a row, throw in another stone. Do it 5 days in a row, throw in another stone. Do it for a full week, throw in another stone. And then every week after that, throw in another stone. And this is your not instant gratification reward. You have to take time to earn these. Because instant gratification is not going to really do you all that well. If you were just to start flooding the fishbowl with, well, I put every push-up I do, I put one of these in. That's not really the point. The point is that you did something to try and change, not to just over-glorify something that you did. There's a little bit of a dichotomy in it to where you can't over-punish and you can't over-reward, because then these become meaningless. So essentially what you're going to do is, if you just have a bad day, and it's okay, the object of this is not to be perfect, because I've even got some black stones in here myself. It's not to be perfect, because that's impossible. Or at least what standard of perfect you might set for yourself. It's not going to be easily achieved. So we don't really want to sit there and continuously flood it with one negative stone or one positive stone. That's just not going to help you out. The whole purpose is to change your mentality about it all. So in the spirit of the no non-zero days, it said that if you wanted to start writing, type one sentence a day and you're good. You want to start reading more, read one sentence a day. Hey, you at least did something towards it. Doesn't matter that you read an entire book. Doesn't matter that you wrote an entire book or an entire chapter. That's not the point. The point is that you're still doing little pieces every single day to help better and to help achieve something that you want to achieve. And that's what this system is sort of built around. Because we're going to physically manifest it, not just you keep tabs on it in here. Because you want to put the fishbowl, as soon as you get it, as soon as the first stone goes in, good or bad, write the date on it. Like the fishbowl I have has June 2020. Or I think it's June 20 or 6/20. It's something like that. I think it's 6/20. So that's the start date on there. And you want to fill till about here. You don't want to fill all the way up, or you can fill all the way up. It's your fishbowl. You fill your fishbowl how you want to fill it. But about an inch from the top is where I would probably suggest filling up to. Because then what I want you to do is get a plant or a flag or something that you put in here, and you keep this bowl full. And you set it somewhere. So in my old apartment, I had this sitting on my gaming table or my dining room table, or however you want to look at it. I had it sitting on there, and every single time that I would come back from work or whatever, my wallet and keys would go next to it. So that way, every single day when I went to go start my day or to end my work day or whatever, I had to walk by this and I had to look at this, and it gave me a chance to sit there and go, hey, I remember this one was from playing guitar for an hour for a day, and this one was for being a week worth of push-ups, and this one was for doing 20 sit-ups in 10 seconds or something. Just to where you can physically look at it and physically remember, I put stones in there for all these things that I've done. And the only thing you really want to try to do is just be honest. You don't have to be perfect. No one's asking you to be perfect. The system is not designed for it to be all positive stones in there. Because again, I've got negative stones in mine from my time being here, but I'm still adding to them. I've got through today to do one more before I can add one more of these for exercise per day. And then it's the next Monday that I have to hit, and then the next Monday I have to hit. And then after 6 months, I'll drop in two because, hey, that was 6 months. For a year, I might drop in five. I'm not going to pour the whole bag in, or I'm not going to sit there and sift out all the positive stones and put them in there. That's just, that's how this system is designed. It's nothing more than to sit there and let you know this is a struggle that you've gone through. These are the things that you've acknowledged. These are the things that you've helped yourself with. These are the things that you've kind of been a little bit more harsh on yourself for. And you've corrected it and you've made corrections and we go forward. And that's all the system is designed to do. And what you end up with once you fill up your fishbowl is you start having these little things around your house that are decorations of literally how you've treated yourself. Because, they say you can't love another if you can't love yourself. The same kind of thing applies with this, because you're trying to sit there and tell yourself, look, we can fix this. It's just a stone in a fishbowl. That's all it is. But it's the physical manifestation of what you have done and the mentalities that you've gone through and the struggles that you've gone through and the ways that you've overcome them and gotten better and have actually started to care about what you do in here better for yourself. That's all it's really designed to do. And I would love to hear people's progress. If you have, if this is something that it hits you and you go, do that, okay, I could do that. Because the whole thing with what I have here, because there's 3 bags in this box that I've got here, and in here, it probably cost me about $25. Fish bowls around 12 to 14. I could probably go on with a smaller one. I'd go plastic just because I know how clumsy I am sometimes, and having a plastic one of those filled up with a bunch of, because this was 3 pounds that I bought, and it would only probably go up to about here. So you're probably talking about 10 pounds worth in this fishbowl before it's all said and done. And keep that in mind that you're going to have a glass fishbowl filled with this weight. And so that's why I would recommend plastic. But yeah, that's what I had. Hope you all have a great day. And again, I would love to hear progress reports or anything like that. And let's just keep it clean and positive in the comments, because I will come down like Thor's hammer if I have to. Take care.